Well, good afternoon and welcome to the semifinals here on Playoff Sunday at the Curling Stadium, Martensville International. Jim Nix here with Terry Corbin on the other mic and Matthew Dizer doing our production this afternoon. And we're the semifinals, Terry. We've seen both these teams before.
Yes, we have. We've been treated to some great curling. Scott's kind of put together a highlight reel package weekend, and um, let's see, he had a quad and a triple in one game. He had a triple, scored four in another game. Yeah, just amazing shot making, and Ryland's team just keeps plugging along.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I didn't get to see live the situation with Scott last night, but I looked at the replays on. It was pretty impressive couple shots, and then I did his game this morning, and like you say, he made a double raise takeout for four early in that
Oh
one in the
yeah,
second end. It
gee,
kind of ended pretty well, and yeah, and Ryland's got an extra game under his belt, so
that's right.
he had to come through. Where Scott was 3-1 and went directly through. Ryland had to go through a tiebreaker last evening. And so he's got an extra game. So, yeah, it should be a good one. And Kleiter does have hammer.
I think Scott has hammer.
Oh, yeah, sorry, you're right. Yeah. Forgot who was throwing.
Yeah, Scott drew the
Yeah, we
drew
should
the
have saw
pin
it.
there.
Yeah. Tim March lead for Scott Howard. Mentioned this morning that Tim and Scott, I think, have played together a long time. Scott Howard plays out of Navan, Ontario.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's where they played out of because I was a bit surprised where that is. It's only 20 kilometers east of Ottawa or so, and
Yeah, that's I think more a result of Jason.
yeah, okay, yeah, it's hard to make it out sometimes with where guys are playing out of for sure.
Hmm. Well, I think Jason still lives up there, and I think
Yeah,
Maddie's out in Cornwall area, I think, where he was.
yeah,
Scott's more Midland, or that's where he was. He could be uh, elsewhere by now, but and Tim in Toronto,
yeah.
or was.
So they're pretty spread out.
Yeah.
So Kleiter team player going hard on this, trying to slide this by, won't quite get by. These first ends always look a little scary when they go at it this way, but usually at the
Yeah.
end of it, it settles down to somebody getting one. Anyway,
Yeah.
or none sometimes.
Well, I'm sure Scott would rather rearrange these angles a little bit because they certainly don't favor him.
Yeah, so he's playing a little hit and roll here, but he could probably get rid of both reds here unless there's less space between the back one and the red one than I think. Or both yellows, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get my head straight here.
That's real good.
Yeah, great shot.
And it was essential that he made the move there versus waiting for Kleiter to rearrange things. Now certainly a nose hit can get a lot of red moving.
Yeah, and he needs it right now. He doesn't have hammer. He needs to get at least a couple out of here. A couple on a nose hit wouldn't be bad. Can he
Yeah,
get them all? He
yeah.
might. No.
Oh, really unfortunate that jammed.
Yeah, that's very unlucky for sure. So Scott Howard with a chance to spread him around a little bit here.
Hmm.
Still a few rocks to come. Still 4 rocks left for Kleiter to get out of this early end mess. I guess it's just not a big mess, but it's
No, you're right. I think you just get behind the tee line. Um Half a rock, maybe full rock.
Yeah.
Make any run at a double a little steeper and maybe eliminate a roll in behind.
Yeah, this is going to be perfect, I think. Maybe go swept a little
Yep,
bit too much.
pretty
No,
much.
he's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Rylan's playing we're talking about playing that run on the red one. I guess he doesn't have a choice. Hard to. It's odd on the overhead. It looks like he could make the hit and roll inside, but when you look at it in the long view, it looks like no, that's not probably happening. So I was just thinking might be his only saving grace, that yellow rock. So you don't make a double here.
Right. You do have two opportunities to make a double here.
Matthew Hall. Can you get
Ooh,
a piece?
no.
No. Get a little bit. Will it
Yeah,
get
no,
out? No.
not good.
No, not good at all. So Rylan Kleiter in big trouble early in this one,
Mm-hmm.
and not any real easy outs. He might find himself playing a draw to hope to bury against four here in a minute. Although I think he'll still whack away a little bit and try to make a double. So Matthew Cam now will look to throw the out turn, spread it out again a little further. If the guard wasn't there, he's probably throwing this rock pretty much right on the pin, maybe Terry, but doesn't want to go that way with the guard out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one, thing that Kleiter's team is probably glad that rock out front is it's pretty tight because as we've seen in the past, there a guard is only a guard if it's real close to the rings. Uh, if they're high, you can come around and get at them, both ways.
Sure.
Now you might try and roll this one that Matt just threw.
Boy, there's no easy escapes out here. There's there.
No, but that rock that Matt just threw, like again, you got a chance at a double on the left and you got a chance at a double on the right.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know if it sets up to make a triple here or not, but you'd have to throw a rocket for starters. But I'm not sure exactly if the angles are good on this or not. But Josh Matter is going to give it a go.
Yeah, that's about a half rock on the side of the ice that Ryan's holding the broom, and it's I think about a quarter. This
I
is
may not
this
get
is
it
close. This is
close yet.
close.
Another jam.
Oh, and he goes through the hole. Oh, he couldn't probably call that shot and make it.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough start. I mean they could have made some better shots, but they've gotten very unlucky on a couple here. Like to get just the one out of that was it's almost unfair. Scott Howard getting a little worried about that center one. What would you do here, Terry? I mean, that certainly if you run that yellow one, even if you don't guard anything, you're going to get out of this with no worse than a 2, and maybe a 3. Would you ever leave it and just hope that he doesn't make the perfect draw?
I would on this one. I'd leave it. I would. I'd go back to where he was.
Yeah. And that's where he's going.
Yeah, if they each had one rock to play, I think you might consider that.
Yeah.
If you were to remove it, I mean, if you each had a rock to play, I would think you're pretty much, as I mean, although there's no guarantee, you're almost guaranteed a deuce by
Yeah.
removing it. But
So
yeah,
Team Kleiter in desperate need of making some kind of a double here.
I think he runs one of the doubles here.
Well, that's an interesting possibility. Talking about maybe playing the intern freeze.
Mm-hmm. You definitely get shot if you could freeze it on properly.
Yeah. Trevor Johnson looking at, well, you could hit the high one and roll over there, but I would imagine Rylan's sitting here thinking, well, yeah, maybe. Could be thinking two ways. Well, nothing wants to go here. Or
Yeah.
secondly, it's like, I'm due to get one of these. Like, he's had two of them go jam and everything else. So he's probably feels like the odds should be with him to make one of these big rolls.
Well, it's the old story, like I think they're playing. I think they're playing the double.
I would like to
Uh,
hope they're playing the double and the roll second, but
yeah, and I mean, I think you take the attitude like we're in deep trouble here. If we're gonna give up a big end, I guess it would be here. So in the first end, how do we potentially eliminate, a four spot? Let's work ourselves down to a three spot, and oh my gosh, that's unreal. Um,
yeah,
but I mean, now it forces Howard to, in order to bring those two back red ones on the other side into play, I think he's got to remove that. Although I guess a shot closest to the tee line uh, might be shot. I don't know.
it's
Hard to tell.
it's close. Yeah, I feel like red's sitting two right now, but I'm not even sure. I think that it's for Rylan. Too bad if he had been able to, even if he just made the straight double and sat basically
Yeah,
like he did, Scott probably has to play it. And then if he makes a double on the other side, all of a sudden he's out of this with a two, which would feel like winning the lottery, to be honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he was playing it was, if we can make the double, potentially get a rollout or what have you, we might be able to get out of giving up two.
Yeah, for sure.
This is just interesting. This I'm thinking that Scott's going to try and hit this high side and roll,
And he
but
is.
I guess you got to watch, where you roll to.
Yeah. Although I don't know how many bad spots there are right now, to be honest. This one's got a
Well,
curl lot, though.
he's
Oh,
got
he's
a
okay.
piece of it, but it's like if you go roll right in behind under the tee line, that is not good.
And he kind of indicated a rollover in that direction. I don't know if that's exactly where he wanted to go, but
Well, I mean, I think if you're Kleider, you're looking at this as, probably one of the best opportunities that you have to kind of get out of jail.
how do you propose that that's going to happen?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking you could probably, draw down to um, the one there on the side and make it difficult for a multiple score of
Yeah.
more than two. But um, I'm, yeah,
I,
I mean, I think he's playing the hit and roll, like
yeah.
make the double and just roll. But yeah, I don't think you're ever playing that, Ryland. Game
Yeah,
could
it's
be over in
interesting.
one end.
Yeah, it really could. Yeah, you're right. The freeze down there is pretty good, but as we know, freezes are not super easy to do. I don't
Hmm.
really like where Trevor was talking about hitting that outside one, trying to make the triple.
Yeah,
That's
neither
just,
do I.
yeah, I don't love that. The come around is, I don't know. You got to feel like you really know the ice. And I think you got to come around probably on the out turn. So if you ever show a little piece, it's, uh, it's going to show it on the part that might jam on the mess over here on the right,
Yeah.
depending on which camera, which view you're looking at.
Well, the one thing I can say in watching a lot of Kleider's games is he's typically has great command of draw weight. I saw him when he won that tier two
Yeah,
spiel where he had like a sliver of the button and boom, went down and threw it and made
Yeah.
it. Um, but I mean, if it's me, I'm gonna kind of try and make this double and see if we can't roll in front of that rock that is shot rock biting the 8 foot. Um,
He's trying this. If he's
yeah,
trying
they're
this,
trying to make the triple.
yeah. I think if you're going to play this, then you might as well go ahead and go for that because the other thing, you could hit the one on the back of the 8 foot lightly and roll in behind in between the two reds sort of thing and maybe minimize damage a little bit. It's just really tough right now. So here they go. They're on this right away, which isn't necessarily a great sign, but he's in the neighborhood.
No, there's
No.
gonna yeah.
Wow.
Just that was the problem playing it that way is
Yeah.
that you eliminated the hit and roll on top of well where that the way it's set up now you took away that as an option.
Yeah, I didn't love that one. I just
No,
thought
me
that,
either.
you're coming from the outside and there's really not a lot good can happen if you don't make the shot. So I think he could have had a better chance of minimizing the damage a little bit with a couple other options. So a draw for Scott Howard here in the first end of our semifinal match here in Martensville. Just a draw to the paint for 4.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for Team Kleiter. I mean, they played I think 3 doubles and uh, were not successful in any of the 3 attempts. So um, again, that's kind of uncharacteristic.
Yeah. Guys are working really hard on this though. Will he get there?
It's in the
Half
good stuff.
maybe
Yeah,
will.
we're there.
Yeah. So a big 4-ender for Scott Howard in end number 1. We'll take a short break and be back with you for the second end. So Rylan Kleiter with some work to do here in the second end. Martensville drops 4 to Scott Howard in the first end. Kind of, Terry, it wasn't, it was odd. I mean, it was a 4-ender that really there was nothing buried or anything in that whole end. It was all just kind of wide open. Just Kleiter couldn't make something go away.
Yeah, they had 3 chances at making a double and just couldn't get it done. And um, as of all the shots that the Kleiter team chose there for the last one, I think you and I both agree that he took on the most difficult of the 3. Yes, it might have had the highest reward in terms of rock removal. It certainly came with the highest degree of difficulty, I think, and it eliminated the possibility of an inside roll in front of the rocks that Scott had back there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think that, you don't want to give up anything in the first end. You don't want to give up 2 and you really don't want to give up 3, but both of those keep you solidly in the game still. 4 is a real big challenge now. So Kleiter has
Yeah.
to go really hard right out of the gate here. And you know what? It usually goes one way or the other. You either claw your way back in relatively quickly or you just end up off the ice in 4 ends. But let's hope that he gets back in it and we can get to enjoy a good afternoon of curling. And he's off to a
Hmm.
start, got the corner up, and he's drawn to the wings to set up the second corner. We'll tell you too, Kleiter came through the round robin, as we said, at 2-2 and defeating Braden Calvert in the first game, losing to Calvert in the first game before winning a couple. And then he ended up in a tiebreaker last night with Drew Height and managed to win that one 7-4, I think it was.
Yeah.
He beat Bruce Corte this morning, also by 7-4 in the quarterfinal game. So technically he's 3-2. I guess it's 4-2 at this point.
Yeah, they are pretty consistent. I mean, they had I thought, a fairly decent Briar, and
Yeah.
they were in tough for sure. But I think if you look at our kind of semifinal uh, roundup here, like they had to be considered one of the favorites along with Howard
Yeah.
to advance this far.
Yeah.
And then, the other one was Dropkin. Now, some people may have thought Cooey, but, Cooey has not had the kind of curling season that he was really hoping for, and as a result, he didn't advance.
That's right.
Had a chance to. I mean, he could have eliminated that playoff game with a win.
Yeah. So Kleiter's moving him around a little bit, keeping his guards out front.
Yeah, I think now for Kleiter, the whole thing's about not trying to get back 4 in one end, and just keep a steady course, and goal being let's get 2, and got lots of time to do the 2-1-2-1 exchange.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard not to get in a hurry here, but you do have to.
Oh yeah.
Howard now looking to throw just a tight kind of a guard. I guess it is a straight guard. I didn't know if he was trying to be there or tucking in right behind it, but Howard started off this event 3-0, won his first 3 against McDonald, Gosgens, and Windling before losing to Calvert in the game that we were all talking about earlier last night, when he really made circus shots to keep that game going, and ended up losing that one 9-8 in extra end. And then this morning he played Calvert again, probably only, I don't know, 8 hours a liter or something, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Calvert, and that one ended early. He made another wild shot in the second end there to get a 4, and that one ended up after 4 ends, shaking hands after 4 with a 7-1 win. So
right, yeah,
on a roll.
Yeah, and in our other semifinal game, Corey Dropkin and Jordan McDonald. Jordan McDonald does the hammer, and they blank the first end, and they're playing in the second.
Kleiter throwing a lot of ice here. Must be just going to try to go down and maybe bump the red. And
yeah, he talked about bumping it into the open and rolling on top of that.
The other red?
Yeah. Other red, I think.
Yeah. Looks extremely difficult, but it's got to really curl. I don't see this getting over far enough, but here it comes.
Yeah.
A rub and a little hit. And very well done. Needed to get a little tiny bit more of it.
Yeah.
He gets another probably half inch, 3/4 of an inch. He pops it a little bit more in the open and doesn't roll into quite as easily a removable spot.
Yeah, he's sitting 2.
Talking about playing the come out on his own, I don't see him playing that by the time he's done. I think by the time they finish talking about it, he's going to be tapping that yellow one out, but I could be wrong.
Coming around. I think the one thing that it deters him from playing the yellow rock is if they remove it and they roll in towards. I mean, you can't not roll into the middle, and I think right now he kind of likes what's there and the alignment of the rocks.
Yeah, and that's what he's going with. Good call, coach. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, just making sure he's clear in everybody's mind is exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's a good point. The thrower needs to know exactly what's the best outcome, where they would really like it, and the sweepers need to know that too, because they're going to be the ones communicating with Scott around weight.
That's right. Jason Cam carving this one in. He'll get there.
Maybe just a little heavy.
Yeah. He leaves. This is where the problem with the 4 is, because It's Kleiter is looking to have to move too many rocks. If you just needed to get a point, you could always come down on the outturn, basically
Yep.
freeze the yellow one or the red one at the back of the forefoot, and you'd be in pretty darn good shape. But he
Hmm.
needs more than that. This is not a bad shot. If you could ever get half a rock and maybe pick up one of those reds on the way by, so you roll to the other side, that wouldn't be bad. Not easy, but wouldn't be bad.
Hmm. Well, and I mean, I think as long as his shooter stays in the 8 foot,
Yeah,
this may be a good outcome here for
yeah,
them.
yeah, I would agree.
I think the natural tendency when you see it is, like you said, just draw right down. But I mean, where Scott's rock is on top of the 4 and where that yellow rock would be, I mean, certainly Howard could shrink the rings real quick on him.
Yeah, for sure. Not much happening for sweeping here yet, so it's getting there.
There it goes. There it goes.
We'll probably go right through the hole because that's the
Oh,
it is. Yeah,
oh dear.
yeah,
Stick with it, Ryland. Things are going to get better because they can't stay the same.
that is hard to believe that one. I mean, how does that not touch something on the way by? I mean,
Yeah.
as long as he makes contact with one of them,
Yep.
it's going to be at least decent. So, but there's some rocks around. This is kind of excuse me. This is kind of Andy needed really.
Hmm.
Out there and hit now for Matt Cam. Roll into the group. Kind of interesting. We had a lot of, we're taking over the Matthews are taking over the world, I think. Terry, we've got Matthew Cam on this team, Matthew Hall on the other team, and we got Matthew in the production office, and the other Matthew is on the other sheet doing the production. So
Wow.
it's it's the attack of the Matthews. Good situation now for Kleiter all of a sudden. If he can make a good shot here, he could easily set up a deuce maybe, and a little luck, maybe a little more. Who knows?
Yeah, I think we need to find out the date of birth or the year that all the Matthews were born with. Maybe that was a popular name in that year,
Yeah,
birth year.
maybe. Yeah, yeah. So an left-hander out turn here.
Yeah.
Out turn draw. Trying to go around, be buried at the top of the forefoot. I just got to get this one in.
Yeah, this is a real big weight shot here. You really don't want to move a whole lot of rocks here.
Ooh, they might have overswept a hair.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. Would have been
Pretty good. It does
stopped
leave.
that a tiny little bit shorter. Would have been better, but it's a pretty darn good spot. Except the way Scott's playing right now, there's no question he makes the around the horn double here.
Oh, of course. Have to get a second reel to incorporate all these highlights. My gosh.
Yeah. So we got an intern hit here going right around the horn for Scott Howard. Has to curl a little bit more, but he's really close. There you go. He didn't even have to go around the horn. Good shot for Scott. All of the yellows are gone away. Kleiter still has an opportunity because of where that one is, that he can maybe get shot rock and be in a position where Scott Howard can't remove it. I don't know if there is such a position right now, but need to make this one.
Yeah.
Make this one first and then see what you can do with the next one.
Yeah, certainly not the start that the team was hoping for, but all you can say is we're still early in the game, and so there's still 6 more ends after this. Find a way to score here.
Still 6 ends after this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Rylan Kleiter doing what we think he does best, and that's playing a little touch game. Needs to make this one. Sweeper's getting ready. I think he's pretty good here, Terry. I just got to manage this last part here. Make sure it
I
doesn't
think
get
you
away
got to
from
go
him.
hard. There it is. Yeah, it's by.
Nice to have shot rock. Not
Oh,
quite
did
have
he
shot
get
rock.
shot rock?
No, I don't think so. It bounced off the other one.
Yeah, I don't think he did. The good news that you could probably get to it with the intern.
Yeah. Yeah, ironically, I think he actually had to come closer to hitting that on the nose than getting the inside roll, because I think when he got the little, not a big roll, but he got a couple inches, and when it did that, it directed the other red off of the back red, which pushed it back up to be shot instead of yellow being shot. But
I kind of like what Matt's talking about.
yeah. Although anywhere where Scott was just tapping 7 spots in front of the house there, it would be fine. Just
Yeah, he's
that
certainly convinced that the top of the 12 is where they want it and take away the draw versus taking away anything else. They must think that red is shot. I mean, I like coming right in, but
yeah, I don't mind going right in. Although I think with a straight guard here, you're going to take away anything on the intern side. Just leave him the outturn tap on his own for 1.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go right in, probably doesn't change much depending on where you're going to go right on into the 4-foot. I guess it just depends on where you want to end up. And if you want to go right in and be 1-2, for example, which you could do, that comes with a little bit of risk, but that's the only way to take the outturn tap away. But right now, the outturn tap's not much of a concern for Scott Howard. He's going to be okay giving up 1. Just doesn't want to give up that 2.
Yeah, and I think if you're Howard, I think that's the way you're looking at it. I'm sitting 1, and I don't want to give up 2.
Yeah.
So I mean, as you said, I mean, the draw, the guard is just as good as going right in. So.
Yeah. So Kleiter just having a look before he settles on just getting 1 to see if there's anything on the of a chance of 2. And this one, it might have a chance of 2, but I just don't know that the red's going to go anywhere, even if you make a great shot here. I think that the outturn tap is probably easier to score 1. I don't see a 2 coming in here anywhere.
Yeah, I think you're hard pressed to score 2. I know they're looking at that run in, but you'd have to hit it, on the left-hand side of the rock, and then I don't think your shooter's gonna. Well, I guess yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard to save the shooter here. It's like and get rid of the reds at the same time. I mean, your shooter's only going to have, even if you play that, your shooter's only going to have about a quarter of a rock on the 4-foot. So
no, I mean, I think you could probably get the shooter to be almost full 4.
Okay.
Like I say, you have to hit it on the center line side of the rock.
Yeah.
That's going to push the red. It's just does the red when it hits the other red, it's gonna be fully in the 4.
Yeah. Okay. I will be surprised if he ends up playing that. So
I think you have to play the top for 1.
yeah, try to get your point and give yourself
Yeah,
another couple lands to get back in this thing.
yeah, it's the old saying, let's get on the scoreboard and see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
It's like when you've given up 3 steals in a row, like, damn it, I got to get rid of this hammer.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right about that. Should be able to sell it.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll give you $20. I'll give you $20 if you take the hammer. So Rylan Kleiter with a difficult little shot here to score 1 in the second end. Just needs just a T-line kind of weight. Doesn't really have to do anything much with it. Almost just has to touch his own to score. He definitely can't touch it too hard, though.
As long as he hits,
he'll be
as long
okay.
as he hits the rock, he should be fine.
Yeah. And nicely done. So nice little touch shot for Rylan Kleiter. Good show. It was not always an easy shot to throw when your head is like not happy with the situation. But Kleiter will pick up 1, and he will trail 4-1 after 2 ends of play here in Martensville. We'll be right back after the break. 3. Rylan Kleiter trailing 4-1 without hammer here in the third end, so he really needs to probably steal a point this end. Terry, pretty fair to say. Can't afford to give up more than 1 for sure, but probably needs a steal. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the score dictates that this game has a real big chance of having gotten away from you. So I think you're going to have to maybe be a little bit more aggressive or take a chance that maybe you normally wouldn't take.
Yeah.
In our other semifinal game, Corey Dropkin stole 1 to take a 1-0 lead over Jordan McDonald. And just in case we have any Ontario residents listening in the seniors provincial finals, Mike Harris and his team of Scott Foster, Chad Allen, and Jay Allen just defeated the defending champion Scott Spencer, Greg Robson, Jeff Robson, and Nolan Sims in a really highly contested battle. The final score, I think, was 7-6 for Harris. It was tied coming home. Harris had the hammer and got their 1. And then in the women's final, we have Sherry Mada kind of working her way through a lot of they were involved in I guess they call it the tiebreaker game, and she made it all the way to the finals and then defeated Joanne Rizzo, and on Sherry Mada's team, at kind of they're a veteran squad for sure, just like most senior teams. So Sherry had Carrie Lee Grant, Melissa Foster, and Jane Hooper Perot. So congratulations to Team Mada and Team Harris.
Okay. So Scott Kleiter, Scott, they watch Jeopardy and they do the things, something mishmash or something. You come up with, but anyway, you combine 2 names. I don't know how to work it. I never get any of them. The Rylan Kleiter does have some stuff to work with here. Doesn't have a lot, but he's got a little bit. He's got the 1 guard. Matthew can make this shot, put it right in on top of the red, which I think that's where he's going. Sometime you might go another guard. That would be an option too.
The call was to come right in, but this might be, I'm going to say might be a little light, but no, I think it's all there.
Keep it going. Keep it moving,
Wow.
and we'll do that. It's a very nice shot.
Mm-hmm.
Scott's going to no doubt play the straight peel. I think would seem to be logical to me. Or he's going to go a little fancier. Mentioned Joanne Rizzo, who's been skipping the team from the territories for the last few years in the
Mm-hmm.
squads. Good player, obviously. And she did
Yes.
have a very good senior team. I saw their team at some point, but I didn't know Sherman I was still playing. I don't follow that obviously a lot at this point.
Yeah, she had um, Janet Murphy playing third, and Lori Eddy playing second, and Mary Chillers playing lead. So
Yeah.
yeah, good squad.
Yeah.
Brian Cochran and uh, Rahala from Ottawa, they kind of own that seniors title in the men's division for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're getting older and letting other people take a turn.
Yes, that's right. So Kleiter now throw another guard up. I'm not sure who's got shot rock even here just yet, but
I think it is red, but
yeah, I
nobody's
think you're right.
getting
Yeah.
nobody's getting concerned right now.
You want to go a little harder. I think you want to get that over a little bit more. Yeah. There you go. Very nicely done. So up comes appeal for Matt Cam. I'm trying to do anything fancy with this other than get rid of it.
Yeah.
Kleiter, if you're wondering, Kleiter really can't do anything but this. Even though he doesn't have shot rock yet, if he tries to do anything in there around the rocks in the 4 foot, chances are pretty good he'll set up some kind of a double or worse for Scott Howard to play, and then the end is over for him. So he pretty much has to keep going on this to probably right till his last shot, and then he may play a little tap on the yellow at that point. Very nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, is it Hull or Hall? Matthew's last name, do you know?
Hall, Hall.
Yeah, okay. I think I was calling him Hull for part of the weekend, and when I looked up some information earlier today, I thought it said Matthew Hall. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think Kleider brought him on in 2000 and what was the year before? 23.
okay,
Yeah, 23. They played together. This is their I guess second full year.
yeah,
And Matt's no stranger to
no,
curling for sure. He played, with Tardy when they won the U20 University Curling Championships. I think he was a Canadian champion at the what do they? I don't even know what they call it. I just call it university curling, but it's not called that.
yeah. It's just CISs.
Yeah, it's not called that. It's U Sports or
U
something.
Sport, yeah,
Um, so yeah, Matt's been around. Matt's been very successful over the years, and is a good addition to this team.
yeah. Scott's playing a draw. Pretty surprised with this. You surprised with this? I'm quite surprised he's playing this. Playing it might not be a draw, it might be a little tap. I don't know, but whatever it is, I'm just a bit surprised by this call.
Yeah, I am too. Real conservative, yes.
Ooh. So down to 4 rocks, 2 rocks to each here.
Yeah, I don't know that it needed to go. A foot more, you would have tapped that into shot. But I guess it would have been well guarded. But I don't know how you. I guess he's just trying to unlock things.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can think of, he's trying to set it there in case he has to run something back into it, but I don't know. I just it's a confusing one to me, that shot. I think if he plays a straight peel, Kleiter probably throws one more guard. He peels it again, and then he plays a little tap, and it might be a little difficult to get rid of it. So I don't know. Now he's looking to play in the yellow into the crotch of the 2 reds.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you're Kleiter, like you don't obviously need to get greedy here. You need to score one
Yeah.
uh, first before you can score two, and that might sound a little ridiculous, but um, I think that little tap on the red, is there for sure. But
Yeah.
this seems to me at least make the most sense.
Okay. So if you make this, you're going to sit. Well, I guess it depends on which one you hit first, but yeah, I don't know. I just worry about this setting up a double on the yellows.
Hmm. Yeah, I think because that rock of Howard's is behind or like, well, it's just on the tee. Like, I think that was, as good as
Mhm.
it was going to get, and this is why I think he played it, is because now it forces Scott potentially to make a move on the top yellow.
Yeah. Well, it's a relatively simple tap for the yellows to
Hmm.
sit 2 here, or if they needed to or wanted to, or even just sit one really good one. But it's interesting. I think he's peeling, possibly.
Yeah, I would think so, but I mean, again, I don't know where, if you're Scott, where you put it, where you're gonna go. Okay, we can get a deuce here.
Hmm. I don't think he. Yeah, I'm not sure he cares about that. Getting a deuce at this point, I think he's probably more concerned with scoring or limiting the damage, maybe even. But
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think you could guard both, like the tap and the intern
hmm,
draw to get shot. But I mean, again, I might have been. I don't know what I would have played there.
I probably would have peeled on that shot, but I would have peeled on the shot before. Is the one that confuses me. I just and then they
Well,
would.
and that's where my head goes.
Yeah.
Like I'm with you. Like I would have peeled that before, but now
Yeah.
that you played the draw, like, do you play the draw again? You know?
Well, yeah, that's what's kind of a bit baffling. So yeah, you got to definitely gonna have to move that up, and I think because there's no good way to move it up and just have a really good shot rock without setting up a double or something, you might as well throw enough to be sitting 3 when this is done, and
Yeah,
you know you hit the yellow just pretty much on the nose with not big weight or anything, but hit it on the
yeah.
nose. Your shooter probably guards one of them anyways. All right, you're gonna play that. whatever that is, they're going to play it. I'm not exactly sure where they're trying to do, and it looks like picture them throwing a lot of weight. Anyways,
No. I mean, I think you can play. I was gonna say I think you can play back line, back 12, but the way Scott's been producing those highlight reel shots, maybe not.
no, this might just be. You know what, Terry? This might just be a little,
Tap
T
tap
line
tap.
back button. Yeah, tap tap and get shot rock. Make sure you're shot rock and see if Scott might do something that that isn't real
Helps
smart.
you.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it might end up giving you a couple. So definitely not going to throw it very hard. I don't think.
No. Yeah, I heard back eight.
Okay.
Back eight, back 12, which is what I was thinking.
Yeah. Needs to curl a little bit though. Ooh, gotta go.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty good. If it's shot, I just don't think it's shot though.
Oh,
No, it's not shot.
yeah, I think it is.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think it is.
Okay. I'm looking at the overhead on the broadcast, like what the
Yeah, it's
everyone
shot.
else is. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So now I think Scott plays the in off.
Yeah. He just didn't want to have too simple of a shot with his last one.
Hmm.
He ruined his reputation.
Hmm. Well, I think Kleiter was hoping to catch a little bit more of that rock, so he'd potentially sit too.
Hmm. Well, the good news for Rylan is that Scott really can't do anything with those two yellows. If he's going to do
Nothing.
anything, it's got to come off the outside one, and
Hmm.
that might be good news, might be bad news. I'm not sure. It depends if he makes it or not. So if he ever got a little thin, he might end up picking his own out, but that's probably not happening either. He's probably going to hit something on that side. If he hits the one that's on the button, he probably does end up scoring too. But we'll have a look at it. He's getting ready. Scott Howard settles in the hack, throw his last shot here, last rock in the third end. Game he already leads 4-1, and trying to almost put it away here if he can make a double and score two.
Yeah, I think this is a difficult shot for two.
Yep. It's curling a little bit much, maybe.
It's close. No.
No, left no doubt on the yellow anyway.
Yeah.
So Rylan Kleiter will live to play again and steals one here in the third end to draw a little tiny bit closer, trailing now 4-2 after three as we go to the break. So we're back for the fourth end. Big end for Kleiter to score there, Terry. I think we made that pretty clear going into that end, but good job for Team Kleiter. And as you mentioned, it's if nothing else, it's a feel good moment at least maybe at that point.
Yeah, I mean, after that four, your head's kind of down and you're a little bit dejected, I'm sure. And then he actually made a really good shot to get his scored the second end because that was not looking good. So after this third end and you're at the break, or well, we're not at the break, but we're playing the end to the break. Yeah, you just gotta think, hey guys, that's a step in the right direction. We needed a steal, and now we know we can get that steal, and we'll just kind of bide our time here and try and make another one and hit the break.
Yeah. So I'll look for much the same this end. You're going to have the guard go up for Kleiter. Just a single guard right now, which I think he would like to have a couple out there, but
yeah. Well, and I mean, just further, I guess, illustrate it. Not that you'd have to tell this to these guys, but I know when I'm coaching, some of the junior teams, it's okay. We're heading towards the break. We got one end. Let's play this end like we're we're one down coming home without the hammer. If I think we're in a whole bunch of trouble and we're not clicking, we might as well try something. But now that Kleiter's got that steal of one in the third, I mean, this is a whole different level. But it's about mindset now.
Yeah.
Make it 2 games, first 4 and the last 4.
Yeah. Coming in with a little freeze here.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, I just don't. I'm not sure I understand the Scott's strategy in these couple of hands. It's just he's now at a point where he can peel that guard, and I think that makes far more sense to me. Maybe to his
Yeah,
team. Maybe
yeah,
that's
he can peel. So I'm just a little surprised. Like, let's force Kleiter to make these shots.
yeah.
Yeah, this makes more sense. They're a pretty good hitting team, and
So Jason Cam makes the peel. So you mentioned this is basically the same as last time. You can just see Kleiter put up a stream of guards here, and Scott Howard, unless he fools us, will play several peels in a row. He's not really set up that good for Kleiter right now, to be honest. Even without the guard, he's
that's right.
get challenged putting anything in there that's going to be good. It takes a couple shots.
Yeah, to me, you're just playing. You're exchanging rocks. Kleiter's putting one up, and you're wasting one. Well, not wasting it, but you're getting rid of it, and you're eliminating rocks in the end, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and really, it's if you look at it, if you're Scott and you look ahead and you say, well, what's what when we get down here to Kleiter's rocks in his zone, like at some point he's got to make a move, as we just said on
Yeah.
the yellow one, and what can he really do to me? Like it's not going to be easy to do a lot. So maybe Rylan's thinking the same thing, and I don't know what he's doing here. I still think he's going to guard, but
yeah, I think they are too.
Yeah, I think they have to, but I don't know, Terry, for sure how he's ever going to turn this into a steal. To be honest, I just don't see where the opportunity is going to come from. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Well, and I think if they're making a move, they're probably going to move on Joshua's second rock here.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're just playing, throw a rock, exchange a rock, and you're down to Rylan's last one, and you're gonna run it into the 2 there, and I guess sit 2, and give Scott a chance at a double and blank. So
yeah.
Now this does not surprise me either.
Nope, me either. But I still think the only way that Kleiter has to turn this into something is if Scott gives him an opportunity, and this might be that opportunity. It's.
Yep.
I just don't.
Yeah, no, I'm probably peeling, but that's just my comfort level, I think, speaking.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I say, I wanna make Rylan make the move, not me.
Yeah. See, now I look at it and say, well, if Kleiter decides to double those off, then his, it might not seem great, but it gives. I think Kleiter has a better opportunity to eventually get shot rock behind something than he did just one shot ago. So,
but if you hit Yeah, if you hit that red one just thrown kind of on the nose,
Yeah.
definitely two go, but that might touch the
Touch the
red
other one.
one
Yeah.
as well and push it out the side,
Yeah.
where they could have at least a look at it and
Yeah. I
potentially leave
agree.
that
Yeah.
yellow shot rock.
Yeah. I agree. And even and again, even if it doesn't, it's right there. And yes, you might leave a double for yourself, but now you have an opportunity there to use that guard. And
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't get it. These guys are smarter than I am. I think so. Every now and then they might slip a little. Give me a name. Yeah. So a lot of discussion on this one. We're at a point in the game where we're going to need a lot of chit chat.
Hmm. Excuse me.
It's harder. Sometimes you have to recognize the fact that there's some parts of these shots that you're not going to be able to protect against, and you're going to need a little bit of a break.
Hmm. Hmm.
So here it comes. Josh Mattern, third for Team Kleiter.
Did they settle on the nose hit?
I believe they did.
Okay. Just punch that out a little. It didn't go as far as I thought it would.
No.
Yeah, I really don't like that result.
Hmm. So if you're Scott Howard right now, given that you may not have played the shot you would have played the last shot, but
Hmm.
what would you do here, Karen?
Well, I mean, you are sitting too. It's um, and the where the yellows are right now. I mean, they are in the 8 foot. Um, I'm wondering if you can come down. Might be too risky though. If you can't play the um, out turn and tap that red into a better position where uh,
Hmm.
Rylan can't get at it. But I guess he'll always have that in turn draw as well. So you'd have to make it real good. You'd almost have to get it underneath the one that's on the button.
Yeah.
So they're looking at that shot as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the intern. Excuse me. I'm not sure the if they play the intern draw where they basically guard against Ryland promoting that yellow rock.
Hmm.
What's left? Like I don't think can you make the double?
I'm not sure, but we're going to
Oh,
see.
this is okay. This is Scotty's. This isn't Scotty's first rock. Oh, that sorry. That changes things.
Yeah. So Matt Cam looking to play the peel, and they are trying to pick the one yellow off if they can. Not going to hit it, I don't think. Well, Rylan knew exactly what he was going to do if Scott didn't do that.
Yeah, very decisive.
So playing a little tap on the yellow here. Or
Yep.
I think
Yep.
so. Yeah.
I think ideally they're trying to hit the nose of that yellow and roll it in behind the yellow.
Yeah. Rylan Kleiter's had some real precision type shots he's had to make these last few ends.
This may be a little light.
Oh, but
Yeah,
it's on them.
Oh, okay. No, it wasn't as light as I thought it was.
Yeah, it didn't get. I don't know. They need to hit a little tiny bit thinner, I think. Problem here is I think he can get rid of all the yellows. Just hit that hard on the nose, and all the yellows go, don't they? Come really close to going.
Yeah, the yellow that's on the forefoot might. No, I guess it probably doesn't drag into the because if you're hitting on the nose, you're hitting the yellow on the high side. So I think they all do go.
Yeah.
Without much of an issue. I need my infamous lead that I used to curl a lot with. He was so great at angles. He was at the University of Waterloo and into some architect program. And I would just say, "Hey, James, come here. Tell me which way this rock goes if I hit it here."
Yeah.
And he would tell me, and I go, "Really?" So he was the one that actually kind of, was very helpful in me learning kind of that whole drag thing.
So here comes the out turn run back, or not a run back, really, just a triple Scott's trying to play here, which is. Oh, he didn't
Oh
have.
my gosh! Wow.
I guess you're right. We did need Buddy to be here to tell us
Yeah.
that. I know he didn't. It didn't curl. I don't think he got to the nose where he was trying to get to, but at the
Can we
same
see
time,
that again, Maddie? Is that possible? Thank you. Oh wow, yeah.
I think it had to curl a little bit more. So what do you do now?
Well, again, you're in that whole mode of like we need to score one. We don't need to be. It just doesn't need to be fancy, and we don't need to score the two. But how could we, really make a difficult shot for Scott so that, we've got one in play?
Yeah, tough situation because you could, there's a couple shots you could play, but if they don't work out perfect, you're going to give up two. But
well, I mean, yeah, and the problem is that yellow one. If you even got to kind of the nose of it, you're not going to sit two. So promoting that is really not a viable option.
Mm-hmm.
I think that out turn through the holes I think that's way too difficult. So I think you probably have to think about moving that yellow a little bit in behind the the cover and rolling a little bit to the broom side there of center line.
So you play this basically like pretty much like a split.
Yeah, I guess that would be probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's the problem is you don't want to leave a double, so
No. It's a little difficult because you're probably going to leave Scott with a relatively open hit for one, but he can afford one right now, even though he'd like to score. He could afford the one, but he can't afford a two.
no, and I think you're right. Fourth end, it definitely Howard would like to score.
This is going to be really close to being perfect.
Yeah.
If they got the sweep call right.
Oh, they blew the sweeping call.
They did. It needed to curl just another half an inch or maybe an
Oh,
inch.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then it's perfect.
Tough call, to be fair, but because it does cook so
Yeah,
hard.
no, 100%. And I mean, I think it forces Scott into the run back on the red, but
Yeah, I don't even know if he has to do that. You think he can just come by and take it out?
he could. It's just that I mean, oh, there I see it better now. I was thinking that in terms of just watching Rylan's shot, like they thought they needed to keep it straight, but they really didn't. So they're going to play it kind of quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Rollins was tough because they're trying to hit just an inch of the outside of the rock, right? So it wasn't like that was what makes it hard. So you're sweeping it almost all the way to miss it, and then just trying to get that little bit of curl.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough. So anyway, not an easy shot though for Scott Howard, and it is for two though if he makes it, and if he can hang around, I guess. Sweepers aren't doing a whole lot, so it must be close.
This is close.
Starting to go.
He's got it by
It's
the
going to
looks
be
of
good.
it.
Yeah, great shot by Scott
Yeah.
Howard.
Yeah.
Unfortunate break for Rylan Kleiter there as he drops a two here in the fourth end. We'll trail 6-2 at the non-existent fourth end break. So we'll be back right after our break.
We're back here at the curling stadium, Martensville International, and we've just finished the fourth end, heading into the second half of the game, and Team Howard has now got a 6-2 lead in this semifinal action. The winner advancing to the finals a little later on this afternoon, and then the other semifinal, Jordan McDonald has just scored one in the fourth end, and that game between he and Corey Dropkin is tied 1-1, and Corey Dropkin gets the hammer for the first time in the game as they head to the second half. Howard has thrown his first rock of this fifth end to the 4-foot area, and Team Kleiter's quickly put up a corner guard, and Team Howard's thrown the second one into the rings, and now Kleiter's going to throw the double guard. This to me is just a preference thing. He could throw two corner guards, but as we've seen throughout this spiel, when you have a corner guard that high, it's pretty easy to at this level to get the rock with quiet weight and remove it. So Kleiter's throwing up this corner guard. So he's got a double corner guard, a lot tighter. Now it's more practical.
Yeah, I agree, Terry. I think I'm still not 100% sold on the double corners, but it does have merit in situations like this where that first guard is definitely too high to be left by itself.
Yep. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, that might be his preference anyway, but the placement of the first corner may have dictated that call.
Yeah. Scott Howard's going to try to defend this by going around the corner.
Yeah. you see more and more teams trying to choke this off. I guess I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I guess on one level, they're going. Uh, so for you to throw another short one or even another one in the house, knowing what they're going to do, maybe that's kind of a little bit of the philosophy is, hey, let's beat them to that with a good spot. But I just think so much can go wrong. I mean, you get it behind the tee line and all that stuff. But again, we're not curling at this level, and so I think a little bit of our experience of playing it in the club, that's the part you worry about. Well, this thing goes back 8 foot. We're just helping them. So
Yeah. Yeah, we always used to say that, don't chase around the corner. Basically, meaning if you had hammer, don't be running back there. But I don't know how it applies to a 6-2 lead. So
yeah,
sneak it by, and he will.
yeah, just
Well, it's a bit of a start, I guess. Scott Howard can
yeah.
hit it.
Yeah. Well, I think I mean, that the placement of the Howard Rock when he went behind it, like that was kind of the perfect depth, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, for Kleiter, at least if Scott makes this shot, now his red one will be in a more usable place for Kleiter. Jason Cam, second stone for Scott Hard.
Got a little full with that one.
Yeah, Scott doesn't look too optimistic about
Oh
this.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah. He set that.
Yeah, he just a little in out throw there, and
Yeah, yeah.
these situations are really difficult, Terry. It's just hard to
Yeah.
get your head around what you talk yourself in and out of several different options here, and
Oh
uh,
yeah, yeah.
you
I mean, most people wouldn't even think of drawing behind into the back 8 foot,
Mhm.
and so I think a lot of people are going, what's he doing? Like, why would he want to go there? But I mean, at the end of the day, we've got Rylan down 4, needing some rocks in play, and um, I don't know. Like, you're never going out to the wing, so I mean, I like either the behind that he's playing or tapping that yellow one again because I think that it's going to be difficult to potentially move that red one if you wait to the end.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. I know you run a risk of setting up a double, but I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know. It's not to me a live and die kind of shot. It's
right.
so well, I don't know about this one. This is Riley standing up here. I don't. Oh, you should just stand up to have better luck. Sweeper's going hard.
Yeah, this is pretty good by the looks of it. It's in the good stuff, so it's going to glide a bit. Would have liked to have
Yeah,
buried that, but
yeah, it's pretty good though. Johnson and Matter took it along there pretty good. Scott's going to take another run at this shot.
hmm
Different player now, so we'll give somebody else a chance.
yeah, little brother, pay attention. Watch how this was done. Better make it now, Maddie.
Yeah, I think he'll make this fine.
Uh,
Jason just had a little bit of different looking slide than
yeah.
Matt's is a little bit straighter.
This is still got a curl.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
That is good.
Yeah.
That yellow, lonely yellow one at the back is
Yeah.
going to take some real brain power to figure out how to get that back, get that into play. But this is as good a place to start as any. I think I'm going around the corner again, though, sitting on the red, on the inside of that red one.
I would definitely be tempted. I think you need to get a rock behind there. Now, certainly, Rylan's talking about, making a hit and roll to get there, which I guess that's fine. I mean, the bottom line is that from my vantage point, I think, that's a rock needs to get there.
Mm-hmm. He's looking to play the freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Does this right, it'll be in a good position that it probably can't be removed and offers a little more protection on your back one.
Yeah, I don't know whether, I mean, if that yellow's fourth or fifth shot, I have no idea, but
I think it's actually fourth. I think it is closer than
yeah.
the red on the opposite side.
Yeah, you really need to get that in.
Going to be a little short.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to be helpful.
Well, it's definitely going to add some risk to Scott's ability to remove it, but
Yeah.
yeah, that yellow might be 4 and the top one is 6, so this is Matt's second shot, so they've each got 3 rocks to come. 3 rocks is not a lot of rocks to make those 2 yellows count if they need to count, but
Well, you were right about that. They seem a little hesitant to just rip that
mm-hmm.
yellow out of there. I don't picture him throwing any kind of a guard out there that,
I like the tap on that one that he just did.
yeah. Using the safety in numbers theory.
Or I guess the other thing is, you hit that red and like on a kind of a slash thing and get rid of that yellow.
Yeah.
The only reason I like that is it would definitely take away any hit and roll on that rock in the 8 foot of Howard's that is all there by itself.
Yeah. So they've settled on the little tap on the red, I think. Matthew Cam. The out-turn tap. This looks pretty good. That's pretty good. Man, oh man, Kleiter's going to have a hard time scoring here.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed almost like they want to play this and just kind of rub the top red one. Does that make sense, Terry?
Not to me, but
Yeah. I don't know for sure if that's what he was sort of
yeah.
indicating. Kind of looked like that. He did it twice, and
This is close to what they called, but yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it looked to me like it was exactly what I don't know exactly what
Mm-hmm.
they were going to get out of it, but it's actually, it does open up some options for Kleiter, I think. And if Scott Howard hits this and even stays there, Kleiter can probably come around that out turn and chip it, maybe get a little bit of inside roll off the red.
Well,
I'm not
definitely
seeing,
what it did do is, provide a little bit more, I think, percentage of scoring.
yeah.
In our other semifinal game, Corey Dropkin scored one in the fifth end and is now up 2-1 on Jordan McDonald's team.
Yeah, much lower scoring affair than we have here.
Yes,
This one, there it
is
goes.
on nose. Yeah,
It looks like it's not going to go for the longest time, and then it just makes that move.
yeah.
So Rylan Kleiter trying to figure out a way here that he can bring some extra rocks into scoring. This is why he's
Yeah,
looking so hard there.
without disturbing that yellow rock.
Yeah.
If he were, and again, I know he's trying to score more than one, uh, but if you make this double, um, is that yellow second shot, or is it you know
If you make the double on which two?
the well the red one that's on the floor and the one beside the broom?
Yeah.
You leave a double,
Yeah.
obviously, but I mean, like, again, I I don't I don't know whether that yellow is third shot or
Hmm.
fourth.
Yeah. I hear.
So
I feel like if they were, if this is possible, that he can go by here and get a little bit of an inside flop on this red. If that's there, and I know it curls hard, but if it's there, then I think his chances of two are a little bit better than if he makes that double that you're referring to, because I think the double he refers to leaves a.
oh, yeah, double right back. I don't know if you can get an inside roll here, given the amount of weight he's going to throw here.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't roll too far. Oh, yeah, it just rolled too far.
So
Now,
Scott Howard could make all the yellow. Well,
I was
no.
just going to say, do you not just nose that yellow that was just
Yeah,
thrown?
I think you do.
I mean, the only other thing really you could do is I suppose you could tap the red one closest to the center line and make sure you were sitting at least two. But I like this shot. That was the first shot I saw.
Yeah.
No, he didn't get it the way. Oh, he did get it the way he wanted it. Okay, I didn't think he was going to get that. That's a real good shot. I think it really just it makes a score of 1 for Kleiter, but I mean he's still going to make a pretty good shot.
Yeah,
You
seven to
see it
look
here
at
on the
it.
replay.
I wasn't even giving any thought to him making a roll. He almost, I mean,
No, either was I. I mean, sitting 5 and throwing a draw, which he's got to actually tap, I think.
so final rock here for Rylan Kleiter. In a game that's been a struggle, but if he can make this one, he will continue to play again.
Mm-hmm.
Has to curl.
Really has to curl, yeah.
He's going to get to half of it, but will that be enough? And I think it will. No, the back one stayed.
I don't know. I think the back one still shot rock.
I think you're right. Well, let's have a look here, but it sure looks like red.
Yeah.
Red might put an end to this game, though.
I think they've agreed that definitely 1. And have a look at see whether it's 2 or not.
So they've already kicked off the shot rock?
Yep. Yeah, but, well, I say that. I mean, it was Matt that pointed to, like Matt Hall, I think, was the one that pointed to the red one on the back there at the closest to the center line. They're talking about what do we play on or not. It's been a long weekend, boys. Do you want to go home?
Yeah. 7-2. If it's 7-2, you're down 5 with 3 to go. You need to get 3.
I'm playing one more. I'm throwing them back. Like.
So we will take a short break here, and we'll figure out the score when it comes back. We think it's 7-2. We think that's all it is, but we'll be back for the 6th end right after this. For end number 6 here, the semifinals of the Curling Stadium Martensville International event here in Martensville, Saskatchewan, where Scott Howard continues to lead now by a score of 7-2 over Rylan Kleiter. Rylan's obviously in a bit of desperate straits to get back in this one, but the boys decided they'll take one more shot at getting a multiple score, and if they can do that, they'll keep going, and if not, they will probably not keep going after this end. So got the one corner guard up. I'll put a second one up in behind the same. Stack corners. I think it's great if you need to get 1 point. I just don't know if it's great if you got to get more. I should say 1 point, 2 points, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they've been able to position rocks fairly well in this game in the front end, but they just haven't been able to turn it into anything.
Yeah.
Might because Howard's team's playing just as well or better, I guess. So same strategy here. They'll try to take the corner away by asking Cam, in this case Jason Cam, to come around. Is the goal? Do you actually try to bury this, Terry, or do you just try to sort of half bury it?
Half bury it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that. I mean, and anybody I've actually talked to, kind of has said, yeah, they would prefer to, kind of half bury, 3/4 bury, than as opposed to like bury it.
Yeah. Went a little deep and did pretty much fully bury, but so a little bit of an opportunity here to come around, sit on the corner of this one, and maybe build something towards a possible 3-ender, which is what he really needs at this point.
Yeah, and while we play the sixth end here, on sheet one, uh, Team McDonald has an open hit, lie two, score two, and potentially take a 3-2 lead here.
Okay. So a good shot there for Team Kleiter.
Mm-hmm.
Second stone, Matthew Hall. Jam again.
Yeah, and if you're Kleiter, this is where it gets kind of lonely. You start thinking about the what ifs, if onlys. It's hard to play this when you know that time's kind of not on your side.
No. Kleiter will look to throw up another corner now. They'll need one really significant miss by the Howard team, whether that's a nose hit or it's a near miss or it's a whatever, or just a complete miss, but that happens very, very rarely. Something to give them a chance to not have to keep throwing up this extra card sort of thing.
Yeah, I think you always, you're hoping for a jam, but
Yeah.
that's sometimes doing a lot of hoping.
Yeah. Every now and then when they try to peel one, they'll peel it on their own or something in the house, and that would give you a little something to work with. But
yeah, and again, those are one of those things like whether they jam or not. I mean, that's totally out of your control. So you just got to focus on what you can do, not kind of what may or may not happen based on the other team.
Yeah. Bill coming here from Matt Cam.
Yeah, this is a good weight peel shot.
Yeah. Kleiter looking to maybe change it up now, recognizing he's doesn't have a lot of rocks left. I'm going to try to dip around the red one. I might throw up that corner one more time, but whatever. You're kind of grasping a little bit here, so.
Well, and I think you got to grasp at something that says, well, if they take a run at the that one that is shot rock, there you might get a jam. So I definitely like this. You've got nothing to lose at this point in the game.
No. Needs to sit down a little bit.
Yeah, this may have to grab some breaks. And unfortunately, it didn't.
Got out now. Peel it high, or not high. Peel the corner. Peel it towards the rock in the back of the 8-foot there, back of the 12-foot. Try to pick it up on the way by, probably. You never quite know with Scott for sure. He's looking pretty hard at.
Yeah.
Don't think you should be looking at. No reason to go in there and kind of have to maneuver rocks around when you can just straight peel this one into the back of the house and go from there. So even with the big weight, if you hit them in the wrong place, every now and then they'll stay.
This will be humming.
Yeah.
Close. Yep. Great shot.
Yeah, really good shot. It sort of indicates the difference of the day for the Howard and Kleiter teams. Earlier on, when Kleiter was still in this game and had some really good chances, they had 2 or 3 of those that just would jam or something would happen and they wouldn't get one out because it would jam or whatever. And, and every one of those is a little bit of a guess as far as whether you're going to make it or not. And sure enough, Matt Cam made it.
Yeah, wasn't it the first end where when they gave up 4 that they played 3 doubles and only got singles out of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big cross house shots that you just figure if you go in the right direction, you're probably going to make one of them and couldn't make any of them.
Yeah, I remember that one that went right between the hole there. It's
Oh
like
yeah, on the other side.
could
Yeah, yeah.
could not have done that if you called it, I'm
No.
sure.
So a nice little shot here.
Yeah.
Tuck it in,
Yeah.
sitting two, which is more than they've been sitting most of the time.
Yeah.
You ever get maybe a little miss here?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, for me, this is where, and maybe it's because it would, if I was throwing it, it'd be an out turn versus the in turn. But I mean, I would all day be playing the red onto the yellow,
Oh yeah.
just because playing the in turn. I mean that's just in a spot where I'd have to put the broom where I find that's one of those difficult
Yeah.
spots to hit as a right-hander. So I would play
Yeah.
the on the red onto the yellow.
And I wouldn't have been playing either one of them. I would have played the intern on the other side of the sheet just because that's my preference for the shot. I know there's a couple of rocks to maneuver around, but really it's a pretty much a nose or just off nose hit, and that's the way I would go. But the shot for me that, and if I was going to play this, so this is the way I would play it.
Yeah. I think it's the safest. I mean, you play the intern if you just happen to tick that red, now they're sitting two
Yeah. Yeah.
uh and you're going to throw probably down to the back one and uh this is the only way that I think Kleiter decides to play the seventh end is if they get three.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
And with the way everybody can throw nowadays, Terry, those shots are not even, the shot like
Yeah.
that, even with them being fairly close for me, for example, at this point in my ripe old age and everything, it's still not a gimme. I can't stand it. I can't jump in the hack and throw it down there at 7 or 8
Yeah.
seconds. So,
Yeah.
as soon as you have to throw something more like in that 9.5 range, you bring a little bit of curl back into the game, and things
Hmm.
can happen. So we're going to play a little bit of a freeze here. Try to line up the two yellows, that yellow and the one he's going to throw in a second. Line them up so if Scott hits them, he can't remove either one. The one would jam on the back, and the high one might jam on the one in the biting the button. It's the plan here, and really a good idea. I don't see any other way to potentially even get a three because you're going to have one rock that's wide open anyway.
Yeah, I mean, just I was thinking, how do you get three? I mean, and to me, the only way you get three is if Scott jams that yellow into the red. So I might play down to that red one that's in the back on the center line.
Yeah,
Try and set 2-3.
yeah. Tell you one thing these guys have done, both skips have done is they've read the ice really, really well. Like all these difficult shots like this, like they nail the ice. Like I mean, that's pretty darn good.
No, that's great. Yeah.
If that rock curls 2 inches one way or the other, you don't even have a chance to make this have the shot work. So it's still hard, but I mean it's a nice job, really good job,
Hmm.
and it does kind of do what we were talking about. If Scott decides to go after it, it potentially he can hit the top one thin enough maybe that it doesn't really do much, but goes through the hole or rubs and goes through the back behind the one in the button. But there is a chance there that both rocks could end up jamming if he goes after it. Although I think he'll go after the high one and throw it hard on the intern
Hmm.
and just pop it through the hole. That's what I think anyway. For the same reasons I just said,
Yeah.
the fact that they can throw it so hard, they don't need any ice. Basically,
Yeah. You would think that this will be a 7
yeah,
second peel,
yeah,
closer to six than seven.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And not only can they throw it hard, but they have sweepers that can even at that speed can sometimes back it up for you. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see if he does happen to hit it just right on the nose, basically where the rocks end up. I think there's a good chance both yellows end up staying if he does that. but that's not what he's trying to do.
No, and I think, again, he's happy to, give up two. That's the main thing, is don't give up three.
He didn't throw it. Yeah, just trying to play the pick. Yeah. And Rylan, recognizing that he needed three, has decided to call it a day. So Scott Howard will advance to the finals of the Curling Stadium Martensville International event here in a couple of hours, while Rylan Kleiter will be not unhappy with the semifinal finish, I'm sure. But Terry, it was just a game that early four-ender kind of put it to bed almost, didn't it?
Yeah, the game really got away from Ryland in the first end. Unfortunate, like we talked about, they made three attempts to make a double and just couldn't get the double, and then we kind of didn't agree with his last call to play it the way he did, trying to eliminate three instead of maybe
Yeah.
just make the double and roll. However, that said, Team Howard, full marks for the way they played. Like I said earlier on in the broadcast, I mean, they had to be one of the favorites coming into this. And they're off to the finals, and now they're just going to sit here and wait to see whether they'll be playing Corey Dropkin or Team McDonald in the
Yeah.
finals.
So we'll invite you now to, if you would like, you can jump over to the other game and catch the end where Dave Schmel and Sean Joyce are calling the other semifinal game, and they will also take you right through the final a little bit later. So for Terry Corbin, I'm Jim Nix, and thank you all, as well as Matthew Dizer, for doing the production today, and great job on that. And we will see you all again next week. And for those of you taking in the final, enjoy that, and I'm sure that'll be a great game as well. Bye for now.
Take care, everybody.